Good afternoon, distinguished colleagues, panelists, and guests. Today, I am pleased to discuss a topic that is increasingly central to our world: international cooperation and communication in crisis response. In an age where natural disasters, pandemics, or political conflicts often transcend borders, coordinating responses regionally and globally is critically important. But while the need for cooperation is clear, achieving effective coordination and communication remains a major challenge. I hope today's panel discussions on this topic will open new horizons for all of us. One of the most important issues we must address is the complexity of coordinating the efforts of diverse international actors. In any major crisis, we see governments, international organizations, non-governmental organizations, and private sector entities all trying to work together. However, despite their shared goals, they might differ in priorities, organizational structures, and operational methods. These differences often lead to inefficiencies and waste of resources. To overcome these obstacles, we must establish robust frameworks for collaboration before crises emerge. We need to move beyond crisis-driven coordination. We must create lasting partnerships where expectations and process are clearly defined. For instance, existing multilateral and intergovernmental mechanisms provide a foundation, but they must be adjusted to include new actors and emerging technologies. Now, I want to turn to the crucial subject of effective communication during a crisis. Timely and effective communication can mean the difference between life and death. In times of crisis, people at risk turn to communication channels because they are desperate for any information. In those times, identifying the right channels to send informative and accurate information becomes truly critical. We must also ensure clear and consistent messaging across different cultures and languages. Just as every disaster brings new challenges, it also results in communication breakdown for different reasons. Local cultural realities and linguistic differences can play a significant role in how we relay the information. More importantly, it can determine how the messages are received by the people at risk. I believe we must prepare for these type of complexities. One of the key challenges is to ensure that communication reaches all affected parties, including those in remote or digitally isolated areas. Information overload during crisis in the era of social media makes it difficult to filter accurate information from misinformation and disinformation. In this regard, pre-established channels of communication, both at the local and international level, becomes critical. Governments, NGOs, and international bodies must work together to ensure information flows smoothly and effectively. Social media's role in crisis communication is a tricky business. It can provide real-time updates and mobilize resources quickly, but also it can spread misinformation like a wildfire. We must ensure not only fast information flows, but also accuracy. We must monitor and counteract disinformation while providing people with life-saving information. This is a big challenge for all of us, since the first minutes and the hours in a crisis are the most important to relay information rapidly. These are also the times when bad actors work the hardest to confuse people and create chaos. The global response to COVID-19 revealed both the strength and the weakness of international coordination. On the one hand, we saw global collaboration in vaccine development, but on the other hand, we witnessed a breakdown in equitable distribution of vaccines. Various natural disasters have demonstrated the value of swift international cooperation and the perils of disorganized efforts. Identifying where these responses succeeded or faltered helps us to improve future crisis management strategies. Finally, I want to highlight the transformative potential of emerging technologies, especially digital tools and artificial intelligence in crisis response. AI-powered tools can help predict disasters, optimize resources, and improve decision-making during emergencies. For example, AI-driven data analysis allows responders to track the spread of disease or the impact of natural disasters in real time, leading to more informed interventions. However, with these great benefits come serious risks. Relying on AI without sufficient oversight, the transparency or ethical guidelines could lead to problems like data privacy violations, biased decision-making, or the exclusion of certain populations. As we embrace digitalization, we must ensure that human oversight remains integral to this process. In conclusion, the future of crisis response depends on our ability to increase international cooperation and effective communication. We must leverage both traditional methods and emerging technologies. But this requires a proactive approach that fosters partnerships, employs clear communication strategies, and fosters digital innovation. As we must meet the complexities and interconnected and crisis-prone world, our effective response will depend on our capacity to work together. International collaboration, information sharing, and applying cutting-edge technologies thoughtfully will save lives. We can turn the lessons of the past into a roadmap for a resilient and adaptable crisis response system.